What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video, let's take a look at Solana, because I'm sure a lot of you hold Solana, and if you don't already hold Solana, I highly recommend that you pick yourself up some Solana, because what they are doing is nothing short of amazing, and it will do you well if you have some Solana exposure. So, in this video, we are going to discuss the exact methods that I would personally take to trade Solana, and I will give you guys exact limit entries on where is the best price to get Solana at. So if you want to find out more about that, I need you to watch till the end of the video, because a lot of you ask me for exact entries. Where should I buy this? Where should I buy that? And I'll give it to you for absolutely free on YouTube. And the only thing that's stopping you is your short attention span that won't even let you watch till the end of the video. But I digress. Let's jump into Solana right now. So, right off the bat, on the daily chart, I do not see any interesting patterns forming like as of this moment. I don't see anything interesting. The most you could say is that we are, sort of forming a bear pennant right now, which Solana is in the process of trying to break out of. But until we break out of this trend line right here, I wouldn't be so quick to say that Solana is looking really bullish. But at the moment, 100% we look like we are breaking out. So in order to find out more about the direction that the market's going to take, let's bring up Market Cipher. So just to bring your attention to one thing, the money flow is not the most pretty at the moment, as of the moment that I'm making this video. Because if you see the money flow, right, it's an indication of money that is in the asset. When money flow is thick in the red, it means that money is leaving the asset, and if it's green, it means that money is coming in to the asset. And that is why when money flow is green, you see mad pumps, and when money flow is red, you see a bear market. So Solana right off the bat is not looking the prettiest, but I wouldn't say that this is any cause for concern, because even if it were to dip, I'm going to give you the exact levels of where to get Solana anyways. So now we move on to the momentum waves, and at the moment it does seem that we have formed a double bottom on Market Cipher momentum waves. And if you just take a look at the chart right now, you can see that we have somewhat formed a double bottom as well. Now this is usually a sign of a bullish reversal pattern, which means that Solana might actually break upwards out of this bear pennant. But here's the thing that you have to keep in mind. Bear pennants usually break towards the downside, because if you did not know anything about technical indicators, all I can tell you is that a pennant is usually a continuation pattern. That means that it tends to continue and break out in the direction that it was already coming at. So in the event of a bull pennant, it tends to break upwards, because the previous move is already towards the upside. But a bear pennant tends to break towards the downside, because the previous move is already towards the downside. So the chances of Solana breaking lower is in fact higher, but nothing is confirmed until it is confirmed. In fact, in order to get a clearer picture at what is going to happen next, we have to go into a lower time frame, such as the 4-hourly. And at the moment, you can see that momentum is nicely, very beautifully shifting towards the upside. At the moment, see momentum here, shifting towards the upside. And at the moment, money flow seems to be shifting towards the upside as well. So here are the key levels that I'm immediately drawn to. So right now, if you take a look at this gray line right here, this is a 50-period exponential moving average, which is an indicator, which is, if you have followed my channel for long enough, a 50 EMA is a strong dynamic support and resistance for a healthy trend, which also means that it is a major moving average that we have to keep in mind before we take any trades. At the moment, Solana seems to be trying to break above this 50 EMA right now, and if it does, then I would be quick to call that Solana will absolutely just head on up to $32 before getting any sort of a rejection. But at the moment, it's still too early to tell. Solana is in process of breaking through. But here is another thing that I also want to remind you of. We are literally 14 to 15 hours away from getting our monthly close, and from getting the monthly close on every single coin, which means that until we get that monthly close, chances are that volume inside the market is not going to be very high, simply because the smart money knows to wait for a monthly close before coming in back into the crypto markets. So with that said, until the monthly close happens, I would not advise you to jump into any trades at the moment, simply because you have already waited so long for Solana to make a move. So what is another, 15 hours gonna do? Absolutely nothing, right? So just sit on the sidelines for now. There's no FOMO because, as you can see, volume has been steadily decreasing, just like that. And usually, decreasing volume means that a big move is about to happen, which, if you are in the private Discord group, I already said that I'm expecting a big move by today, right? In the entire crypto markets, right? Either Bitcoin is going to absolutely pump or it's going to absolutely dump, right? At the moment, it's still too early to tell, even though we are getting a bear pennant, which usually breaks towards the downside. But at the moment, Market Cipher is showing signs that momentum is in fact shifting towards the upside. So until we get the monthly close in 15 hours, I would really highly suggest that you do not take any trades and simply wait. Because here's the thing about trading. It's not always about being in a trade in order to make money. In fact, all of the most profitable traders out there understand this, which is he will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. If you pick the days that are good for trading and you go balls to the walls during days like those, you are going to be successful. And at the same time, if you can recognize days where volume is going to be low, price action is going to be choppy, and you stay out of the markets during times like this, you are going to be really successful as well. So here are the key levels to pay attention to. So first off, this $32 level right here is this upper trend line for Solana at the moment. And if we do break above the $32 level, I expect Solana to instantly pump to $35, simply because this would be a breakout of a trendline resistance. And if you get volume confirmation, which simply means a volume spike, then you can 100% believe that Solana is very, very bullish, and it will go back up to the $40 range. But until that happens, seriously, stay on the sidelines. So earlier, I said that a bear pennant would likely break towards the downside. So in the event that Solana really does break towards the downside, let's now take a look at where are the best levels to get Solana at. And to do that, we are going to need to bring up the VPVR indicator, which is also known as visible range. This will give us an idea of how much volume is at each level, and this will give us an idea of where is the strongest levels of support for Solana should it fall below. So right off the bat, you can see that over here at this $20 range, you can see that there is just that little bit of volume in the VPVR, but the reason that I am setting this level at about $21 is, in fact, has nothing to do with the VPVR indicator, and it has everything to do with this purple line right here, which is a 200-day exponential moving average. And if you have been a long-time follower of this channel, you know that I always like to say that the 200 EMA on any time frame is going to be very strong dynamic support and resistance for any trend, which means I am highly expecting Solana not to break below this $21 level right here. And if you can get Solana at $21, imagine if you just recover all the way back up to the previous all-time high. That would be damn near a 2x. But what if Solana goes even lower? Because during times like this, when I say that I'm expecting a big move, you can easily see Solana fall below the 200-day EMA. And if that were to happen, where are the levels that I would look to get Solana at? And if you just take a look at the chart right now, I have marked down the levels where I would look to get Solana at, which is the 17.6-ish level, right? Let's just optimize this a little bit more. So $18 is the next area that I would look to get Solana. Now over here, we see that we have a pretty big spike in volume, but just to play it safe, let's move it up to 15.3 because this is previous strong resistance, and that is why this would be a major level for Solana. But here's the thing that I need you to keep in mind. If we break below this level right here at $13, then Solana is essentially going to have a little free fall all the way back down to $10. Now, the reason I'm giving you these levels is not because I believe that Solana is going to dump all the way back down to $10. I am simply giving you a contingency plan. What if Solana dumps all the way back down there? Where would be a good price to get Solana at? And if you like this kind of a video where I'm giving you exact entries on how to trade things, you are going to want to check out the private Discord group in the description below, because over here we are absolutely killing the markets. We are getting 20%, 30%, 50%, 100% gains pretty much on a daily to weekly basis. Even during dips, we are making an absolute killing. We doubled our money on Cake. We doubled our money on YFI. We doubled our money on Rune. Guys, if you like the fact that I'm giving exact entries on my YouTube videos, you are going to want to check out the private Discord group where we have been absolutely killing the markets, where we have literally doubled our money during the last few dips. Cake did 105%, YFI 100%, Rune 112%, and just every day we are absolutely killing the markets. And over here, I'll give you literally the exact entries that you should take so that there is no second guessing. And all you have to do is literally just place the trade, just place it at that level, and you're going to make money on autopilot. You are literally going to make back your money in just a couple of trades. And those are just the chart calls. That is not even including the world-class trading education that you are going to receive in this private group, which is going to guarantee that you will become an absolutely proficient trader. So guys, I'm only going to be accepting another 50 to 100 people, and then I am going to close signups. So secure your spot before it fills up, because I am likely not going to open it up for a good amount of time once it fills up. Link is in the description. So back to Solana. So the way that I would trade all of these levels right here is nobody knows exactly where is the bottom. And so the smart traders, and basically every profitable trader out there, is going to tell you the dollar cost average. So what does that mean? So imagine if you had $1,000 to play with. So what you do is you don't go in all at once at like $21 thinking, hey, that's going to be the bottom, man. Let's do it. That's not how we usually do it. So what you want to do instead is, let's say that you have $1,000 to play with. You might go in with, 150 here, and then you're going to go in with 250 here, and then you're going to go in with, 50% of your remaining, and the rest down here. So what this does is that because nobody knows exactly where the bottom is going to be, this allows you to have a buffer, right? The lower the price goes, the lower your average position goes. So imagine if Solana falls all the way down to about $10, your position is going to be around $12, $13 then. And if we simply just, recover back to the previous all-time high, that is going to be a 3.5x gain. And if that sounds good to you, you're going to want to be smart with your money and dollar cost average. So guys, here's another thing that I need you to know. I am right now giving you the exact limit orders that you should go and buy Solana at. And if you cannot even be bothered to mark these levels down on your own chart, there is nothing else that I can do to help you. So go mark these levels down on your chart. And remember to follow me on my Twitter at _theartofcrypto. This is where I'm going to be sharing the latest market updates, and you are not going to want to miss out. And remember, limited spots only for the private Discord group. People are absolutely loving this private Discord group, and you're going to want to be a part of this community. The link is in the description below. And with that said, I will see you in the Discord group. May the gains be with you, and peace.